Okay. We are live. I just did welcome in. I just did a whole show intro for like 2 minutes and then looked up in my corner of my screen and realized we were not live. Uh, oh my God. We are live now. It's Friday, July 8th. I was just commenting that I had a headline from the Wall Street Journal that said it's the most expensive it's been to buy a house in America since 2006. I just sat here in front of a screen talking to nobody except me and our guests, Tyler and Jalen and Roxy, our team behind the scenes. And oh my God. Anyway, we're here. We're live. It's July 8th. If you want any merch or like a shirt or a hat or a hoodie or something, you can go to belegendary.shop. You can see we've got cool t-shirts, all kinds of good stuff. Also, if this is your first time tuning in and you don't know about this yet, you can text the letters WUL, to 813-296-8553. You can see it on your screen right there. You just send a text message, WUL. It stands for Wake Up Legendary. You'll get a text every single time that we go live. And that way, you'll never miss an episode of this. If you're joining our Business Builder Challenge, or if you're just discovering Legendary Marketer, we encourage everybody in our community just to tune into these every single day live. They're 30 to 60 minutes. It's short. You probably listen to podcasts and stuff like that anyway. So why not tune into something that's going to help give you ideas on how to build a business online, grow your income, grow your revenue, that kind of thing. So we are, and oh, there you go. I just got my little message. There it is. We go live every single Monday through Friday with different guests. We bring on guests from our community, guests from outside of our community. A lot of times we bring in people who have been successful marketing online, whether that's with a digital course, coaching, consulting, affiliate marketing, that kind of thing. And today we've got a really interesting guest, and I say interesting because he's been one of the most consistent, I think, that I've seen in our company, and certainly just in the last few years in our industry. And he's been around us for almost 2 years now, something like that, pushing 2 years. So let's bring on our guest. And if you all in the comments can give Tyler a little like hand clap emoji to welcome him to the show. Tyler, what's up?
Hey man, thanks for having me on the show. I really loved watching your intro twice, I have to say.
I've never done that before. And I was like, oh my God. I'm glad I caught it. We could have kept going. We could have like done a whole show and it just would have been nothing.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen though. I mean, but thanks again for having me on the show. I appreciate the kind words. Can't believe it's already been 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's close. I mean, I think you might have found us like last or 2020, but like late 2020 or something like that. September. Yeah, basically 2 years, which is pretty cool. You've been on, I think you've been on this show like 3 times now, but for people who are maybe just don't know you or haven't met you before, do you want to give people a little bit of like background on you and just like how you got started online? You've made a lot of money on the internet and you're a really skilled content creator. I don't know if you know this, but behind the scenes, like on Thursday Business Blueprints, sometimes we'll look at the angles and things that you've created around your specific niche that are really creative that no one's done before, and generate a ton of traffic. And it's really compliant and it's super creative too, which I think is some of the best I've seen. But give people a little bit of background and history on you.
Well, thanks, Matt. But that's really cool that I didn't know that about on the Thursdays. So that's actually pretty cool. But
Yeah.
I was a banker. So I went to college. I got my bachelor's degree in business administration, and immediately after I got my degree, I went to work at Best Buy for $13 an hour. Okay, I stayed there for 2 years. I tried to move up the ladder multiple times. Didn't work. I was qualified. Didn't make sense to me. Okay. So it really just really did not make sense. I was like, I have the degree. I know my coworkers don't have the degree or the people applying. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I got frustrated, and I eventually left, and I worked for a bank in Walmart. That was great. Um, but it was $15 an hour, and I was like, okay, cool, moving up, more money. I couldn't handle it. It was maybe I was working maybe 60 hours, 70 hours a week because we were understaffed, and this was when COVID started. So I used COVID as an exit strategy and started working at U.S. Bank. And I love U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank was great to me. But in that time, all during that time, I was trying different side hustles. In fact, I tried drop shipping 9 different times. Yeah, I know it was something else, but I found different products. I was promoting like nebula projectors and stupid little. They're just so dumb. They were so dumb. They were so cheap. But I was doing anything. I was like, I have to get out of 9 to 5 work life. I have to do it. And so eventually, I found the 15-day challenge. And that kind of brings us to where we're at now. I've been, promoting, for over now 2 years, and I've made over 300K just with one product.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
And I've seen lots of people. I've seen lots of people who have come in and done 6 figures in this industry and really throw it all away. And we haven't really had like you and I and Dave or you haven't had like background conversations or coaching or special treatment or anything. Like we don't really. My guess is if I searched my email inbox for emails between us, I don't know that there's any actually.
Right. Yeah.
You've been just kind of silently doing your thing in the background, but it's been cool to see you grow and do that. And my guess is you've also got additional income streams outside of this too that are large and doing well as well. But I wanted to just really quick give a little disclaimer to everybody who's watching or everybody who's here too, that Tyler's results are not typical. And if you're considering purchasing something or investing with us as a company, I wouldn't expect to make as much money as Tyler has made, because the average person doesn't. But you can probably get a sense from the way Tyler talked about, I had to try anything. I was determined. I was going to do the work. I was going to figure it out. That there's a little bit of a itch. There's you were ready to work for it. But so you find us September 2020 during the pandemic. Were you like working from home during that time or?
No, because I was a bank teller. So I was upfront with customers, dealing with customers. I had to wear a mask from 8 a.m. to I don't know 6 p.m.
Wow, crazy! Yeah. And you start our challenge, having done drop shipping, having done things like that. You start the challenge and you just start. You're just like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to figure this out.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, and I basically, I think one of my main reasons I had success was it was like a pain point. And I think pain is a great motivator. I knew I was losing so much time because of my 9 to 5 job. And then, the paychecks weren't enough to sustain what I wanted to do. And so I was like, that pain is what eventually just kept pushing me, because I was thinking about this, and I was in the shower before this. And I was like, what can I say on the call that's going to be good? And it's like, so instead of basically, coming home from work and be like, I'm tired, I don't want to do that, I was like, I'm tired, I have to do this so I can get out. Yeah. So like, it was completely different. It was a completely different mindset, essentially.
Right. Yeah, I resonate a lot with that. I used to, when I was first getting started online, I was trying to market some travel I don't know what I was doing, but I was determined that I could sell this high ticket travel product as an affiliate. and that I could do it through Google Ads, and no one had really done it through Google Ads before. And I didn't, I failed, but I learned valuable skills that I still use today to grow businesses. But I would wake up at 4 a.m. Before my coffee roasting job at 6 a.m. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. and all I did was just go through this stupid Google Ads training. And it was awesome, man. I mean, I found this Google Ads training. I think it was on I don't know, some cheap site, or I don't know. It was like it cost $97, but your first course on that platform or whatever costs like $7. I think it was Udemy. And so I got this little deal on Udemy. In fact, you know what? Here it is. It was with this guy. Check this out. I'm going to share my screen. This is ridiculous. But I took this course with this guy, Isaac Rudansky. And I would wake up at 4 a.m. and I would watch this freaking guy with this stupid beanie, and he was so annoying. But I was like, dude, this is all I can afford right now. I'm gonna buy this freaking course, and I went through it and made a little bit of money. I didn't grow to nearly what I wanted to or whatever, but I was like, all right, look, there has to be a way for me to put $1 in and generate leads and grow sales. And I know marketing a little bit. And so I would do that for a couple hours in the morning, go to my job for 8 hours, come back home, keep going through that, try to place some ads, spend $50, and then drive Uber at night. So I had enough money to pay for my ads that were failing and not making me any money. And eventually I started compiling these skills. I did that with Facebook ads and all this other stuff. And it turned me into a good marketer and made me some good money. But it was sort of that, like, I have to find the time. We've had stay-at-home moms who have come on and been like, well, where did you find the time? And they're like, hey, I didn't find anything. I made the time. Like, I had to make this time. Man, that's cool. That's cool. And it took you a couple months to get going from the time that you started the challenge. It took you a couple months to get set up and get going on. Did you find most of your early success on TikTok?
Yeah. So it was mostly on TikTok. So basically, for a couple months, before I made my first $10,000 that month, basically, I was posting primarily on TikTok. And I'll say this too: TikTok isn't really a great lead source for me anymore. I primarily focus on Instagram because what I think is, like, Instagram or TikTok is a great way to grow following, right?
Yep.
You can grow following, you can then send that, but honestly, the sole purpose of TikTok should be to send people to your other social media. Okay. Because then they're going to convert on those platforms. Instagram is basically meant as a selling platform because you can close deals in the DMs. I think TikTok,
everybody,
is a great tool.
if you aren't like, if your ears didn't just perk up when he said that, I would lean in because he's about to drop some, well, he did just, and he's going to keep dropping some gold nuggets. But that's huge. That's huge. What a simple mindset shift about how you think about these platforms. And I think that higher level sort of, you're looking down on these social platforms at like a pretty high level where you're like, this is the purpose here of this TikTok. This is the purpose here of Instagram. And you're so right. That is a selling, almost like they've set it up and established an e-commerce platform on the platform. I mean, you can literally, put in products and whole catalogs of products that you can sell inside of Facebook and Instagram. And they can pay inside the platform. And yeah, it's crazy. And integrate with Shopify and all of that.
Oh yeah. I love that. I mean, the dropshipper in me loves that you can integrate with Shopify, but
the dropshipper in you is dead.
Yeah, it is. It's long gone. Oh man, 6 feet under. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I do. And the funny thing is, people ask all the time, they're like, what do you use for your recording? And what do you use to make your videos. And I'm like, I do everything on TikTok. I literally do everything on TikTok. And then all I do is I use a website to remove the watermark. And then I just post it on all of my other accounts. So, oh yeah, I need to mention this too. So YouTube Shorts, I've grown like 1,000 subscribers every month because of YouTube Shorts. And it's just me reposting my TikTok content on YouTube.
Wow. Powerful.
It's
Super
nuts.
powerful, right? I sometimes I wonder if yeah. First of all, completely agree with the whole just create everything in TikTok. Like the ease of use, like I feel decently in tuned with like platforms and usage of platforms and user experience and stuff. Man, it's so easy to create content inside of TikTok and use green screens and use different music and duets and like all of that stuff is just stupid easy to use. Um, and then wow, so reposting your stuff just on YouTube Shorts. Here's what I've found, like just to be real frank, is I feel like the numbers and sort of the organic reach of YouTube Shorts has been less than expected. I still tell people to put their stuff on it, but I was a little surprised that you said 1,000 each month coming from YouTube Shorts. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, it really is. But yeah, I think I agree with you though, because I mean, compared to Instagram and even TikTok, the viral reach just isn't there. Like, if I have a viral
Mm,
video go on YouTube Shorts, I'm only going to get like maybe 5K views, but that's better
mm.
than 80 when I normally post. So it's like, okay, well, I guess it doesn't hurt.
Yes, yes, totally. I think that so I recently was talking about, and I wrote an email about this recently about this social cycle that happens and how people need to be reposting their stuff. And what I've been finding is a lot of like content creators or affiliate marketers will do is they'll get wind of somebody say, "Oh, TikTok's dead," or "Oh, Instagram's dead," or "YouTube Shorts is dead," and it's actually this new hot thing over here. That's this is it now. Everybody's on Pinterest now. You got to get on Pinterest, and then they'll put all their focus and attention just on Pinterest, and then by the time that they've figured out how to do that platform, it's now like it's now like dead. Like Instagram's now the big thing again. And it's just this like cyclical thing for the last 2 years. And it's cool to talk to somebody who's been around for 2 years who can actually like speak and attest to that because I think these people are just making like people in the boardroom of Facebook are sitting down and just being like, okay, here's what TikTok has done. They've overtaken our whole audience. We're losing ad revenue. Like, we have to copy this. So they
Yeah,
copy it and they come out with reels and they launch it on Instagram and then they bring it over to Facebook and then, in whatever order you want to put it in, YouTube Shorts. And then, so everybody's now in the short form video content. And then somebody's going to innovate with the next thing. And if you're on all of those platforms all at once, it doesn't really matter which one's hot or which one just made an algorithm change and everything's different. And now everybody's getting traffic here because you're already there.
right.
And I feel like that's a really powerful omnipresence strategy that you're definitely employing by being on all of those platforms and growing big audiences on all of those platforms. But could you speak more to like how you view TikTok as a platform to get people to your Instagram? Because a lot of people ask me, they have this never ending question of like, well, what do I don't have 1,000 followers. I can't even put. Oh, dude.
Oh man,
Am I
did
back?
you? I think, yeah, I didn't hear anything you said. I think you froze.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
I'm getting a bad Wi-Fi notice right here. Um, I was just asking, for people ask me a lot. I don't have 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, so I can't put a link. And a lot of people that I know who are making a lot of money are they're pointing people to Instagram during that time, because, hey, go to my Instagram. You can have a link in your bio anytime you want on an Instagram profile.
Right.
Um, do you do most of your calls to action to follow you on Instagram, or how do you, like, what do you do to get more people over to your Instagram from TikTok?
So what I will do is you need to sync your Instagram like on TikTok immediately. And then what
Yes.
I would do if you can't, if you don't have enough followers, just say, in your little bio, just say, follow me on Instagram. So do something like that as well. And then whenever you make your videos, whenever you do the, put your head down for 6 months, blah, 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 follow me on, then send me a message on Instagram. And then maybe in the captions also, or comments, say, message me on Instagram. Here's my Instagram. So there's just multiple ways to do that. I mean, yeah, because that's what I don't like about TikTok. Okay, there's a lot of things I don't like about TikTok, but I mean, I have like 4 accounts. I literally have 4 accounts because they just hate me. I don't know. But anyways, we don't have to go into that. But basically, I've restarted so many times. And in fact, when you guys messaged me to come on here, I had lost my Instagram account. My main
Oh,
Instagram
wow.
account with 300K was gone.
Wow.
And I was panicking. But I always
Ugh.
create a backup account. I always have a
Okay.
backup account.
Yep.
So yeah, that's basically what I would suggest. I'm digressing. Is that you just have multiple call to actions to tell them to go to your Instagram, and then once you get moderately big, create a backup. Definitely create a backup and save your videos to your phone. I know a lot of other affiliates, Camila, Andre, to name a few, they've all lost their accounts once before. So you
Yep.
can't be so dependent that you're always going to have those accounts.
Yep.
So just create a backup, save it to your phone. Because I have at least 600 videos of those TikToks on my phone saved, so that if anything goes bad, I can just start re-uploading old content. And that's a
Yep.
good thing too, is you should always repost. Well, sometimes if I am out of ideas, which happened, I'll just go back through my old videos. I'm like, okay, well, that performed well. Let's record a new intro
Yep.
and then just re-record it. And there we go. We got brand new content.
Ugh, yeah, totally. Um, Man, so did you get your Instagram account back?
I did. I
Wow.
got an email and they were like, we mistakenly removed your account. And I was like, great, thanks. For 3 days, I was gone. If it was gone. And I average 20K to 30K views per reel.
Wow.
So that was
That's
a major blow.
poof, yeah. That's also getting stuff back from Facebook and Instagram is not easy.
Oh, no, it's not.
They're kind of a disaster like that. But you have to play the game because the degree of reach and yeah, it's just crazy. Jeez, man. Okay. Well, there's some huge gold nuggets. Thank you. That was like a little free training for people who are newer and trying to point people and generate leads but are unclear about that. That's super helpful. And also, one of the big benefits of, it's just funny to me that TikTok would even put that option on there. I've always thought that since they
I know.
started. Like
It's
the
silly.
YouTube one and the Instagram one, I was always just like, man. And early on in 2020, we had people who had like 3,000 follower or subscribers on YouTube, and they just put their YouTube link up there, and they would do a ton of calls to action about like, uh, go to my YouTube for a longer version of this, or go to my YouTube for the full version. And they grew, like, I know Thomas grew his YouTube. He was getting like 5 to 10,000 subscribers a week at one point, and it slowed a little after that. But he was just blowing up his YouTube, which is so powerful because you can monetize your YouTube anyway.
No, I agree. I agree with completely. Yeah, I
Great.
remember seeing those, and I knew they worked. I think it's
Yep.
crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Um, But I think the larger picture is that you're moving people, and basically you're taking followers and moving them around to different places and moving them around to different, that you can find you on different platforms, getting them on your email list as well. Just moving them around to different places so they can engage with you different places. And then if that Instagram goes down one day, they've still got you on TikTok. They're still subscribed to you on YouTube. They're still on your email list, right? And
Right.
they're easily marketable. And then you can also be like, hey, uh, have you missed me on Instagram? You know, my Instagram was deleted or whatever. Andre did this. When his big account went down, he sent out a couple emails to his list and was just like, hey, you know, I lost my Instagram. If you want to keep following me, go follow this account. And he grew his next account just as fast. So, um, well, cool. Tyler, for people who are in this, so you started this 2 years ago. I want to give you the opportunity to speak to people who are newer and who are starting today. And here's some of the objections I hear. Okay. I
Okay.
hear it's a little bit saturated. Um,
Mm,
it's too late, right? People like Tyler who got in 2020, they got in when it was good, and that's why they're so successful. Um, and now, you know, it's 2022, and everybody's online now, and you know, there's no way I could be successful because the good is now gone. You know, what would you tell people, or what do you tell people who come around and are just getting started now? And want to build a big following, but also want to grow a big business.
I would tell them that year after year, affiliate marketing continues to grow exponentially. I don't know the exact statistics, but it's just growing so fast. And the thing with it being saturated, I hear that all the time. And the thing is like people think that they all have to promote the same product, they all have to go into the same niche. You don't
Mm,
have to do that. You can promote anything you want as long as it has an affiliate program. Like for instance, maybe you go to the gym like 7 days a week. Maybe you live, at the gym basically, and maybe you want to start promoting or showing off, different workouts, and then start promoting supplements. Um,
yep.
you can do that, and you'll just be in that category, that niche with other people. You're not going to be competing with anyone who's promoting, like for instance, maybe you want to promote how to build a stock company or something like that. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say, but maybe in the wealth niche, or maybe you want
Sure.
to,
Yeah.
you're not going to be competing with people that are going to be promoting beauty products. Okay, so no, it is not. It's not saturated. And keep in mind, like I wanted to give up many times. I wanted to give
Mm,
up all. I like, especially those first 1 to 2 months that I was doing it. I'm like, is this another flop, like drop shipping?
yep.
And not saying drop shipping doesn't work. It's just it's much harder. It's just much harder, and it was harder for me. But
Yep.
let's see. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to give up. I had a good support system, but I was determined. Like I said earlier, I had huge pain points that were motivating me to get out of the situation. I was hungry, and each time that I failed, like how you were talking about, you were doing Uber and you were trying to do your Google ads. You learn things. You learn every time you fail. You learn. I mean, at least that's how I think you should be apply. It's not a what is it? What's the quote? It's like I think Kanye or someone said it. Probably I don't know. But basically, they're not failures. They're lessons. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. 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 Sounds like something Kanye would say.
Yeah, sorry, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Totally agree. And I think that, I think the saturation argument, yeah, I think for people who are getting started, I would just echo what you said. I don't, I wish I knew how many people are coming online every single day, and how many people are joining TikTok every single
oh
day
yeah,
and Instagram every single day. It's absurd. And somebody asked in the comments, I thought this was an interesting way to say it. He asked, let's see if I can find this comment. So there's no ceiling to this business. I would actually, a little bit contrarian take. I would say there is a ceiling. There's probably a ceiling to everything, but the ceiling is higher than you would probably ever imagine. And it's the ceiling, I can assure you, is high enough for you to live a really amazing life, and have a really amazing business. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I
yeah.
mean, because I'll say like one of the most popular ways people do affiliate marketing is with blogs. And there's one
Mm,
blog I think I follow where she makes a ridiculous amount of money. So not only will you get sponsorships that larger that your accounts will grow or blog grow, for example, but you will also, you'll be making a ridiculous amount of money in affiliate marketing as long as you're successful. I mean, for example, the blog that I follow, she makes $100,000 per month by promoting affiliate products. And obviously that's like, not everyone's going to have that success, but
yeah.
still, like, if you are determined, if you put your head down and and this becomes what you breathe, essentially, it's possible. Anything's possible. It's just how bad you want it. How bad do you want it? That's just
Totally.
basically it.
Yeah. And I think that, the learning curve, there's a learning curve to it for sure. But if people really actively run after it, and learn and get, the best mentor I ever had 10 years ago, he described it as, if he was in the context talking about copywriting, but he was like, look, if you want to get really good at marketing, and if you really, really want to, be able to make people make buying decisions, and you want to make some money online, you can't approach it with a mediocre sort of, yeah, this would be cool kind of approach. He always said to me, he said, you got to become obsessive. Like, imagine it, the ways in which professional athletes are obsessive. It becomes their whole life, and it consumes their attention. They become enthused with it. And sometimes people are like, oh, but that seems like, unhealthy or something. And it's not really. It becomes, like you would probably say, like, it becomes a habit. And I
Yes.
look back on the last 10 years of my life, and people think that I work a lot. And I do. I do a lot. But I look back and I think through my college days, and I think through shortly after college when I would text friends that I graduated with and stuff, and they'd be talking about playing NBA 2K whatever 15, and on Xbox, and they're like, "Hey, you want to hop on? Like, we could put the headsets on or whatever." And like, I haven't owned a video game console since I was like in high school, I think. And even then I was selling shit on eBay. And I spent all of that time that other people had hobbies like that. My hobby was just learning how to market and sell online. And it became like this fun sort of search. And I even have to the point where, like, it's just like a fun hobby for me, but it bothers people. It bothers people in my life sometimes, like my wife or like my family or friends or whatever. They're like, dude, just stop working. And I'm like, you feel bad that I'm working. I am like happily in my hobby world because I've learned to take this as a hobby, and I became obsessed with it. Like, there's people who golf for 6 hours a day, and it's their hobby and they have fun with it. And I just can't right now legitimize spending that much money on golf as a habit. I'm going to try to make money from my habits. And and it's funny how that works, or people are like bothered by it, and it like upsets them or it makes them uncomfortable because they can't stand their work, or they can't stand what they do. Um, and I just think if people became obsessed with a hobby of making money on the internet, and studied it and became obsessive with it the same way they do with their golf game, or buying that new chipper, or that new pitching wedge, or whatever, I don't know.
Right. Oh yeah.
It would work the same.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I'll even go into like, it's funny because people will see. others that are having success, and they'll be like, they'd rather just turn a blind eye to it. They were like, okay, well, they're having success, or I've lost friendships, unfortunately, but maybe is it really unfortunate though at the same time? Because, well, like for example, I had a friend who, he he was also working in a bank, and I was like, hey, you go to the gym a lot, I can help you turn into a fitness influencer. I'll find the products for you. I'll do it all for you. Never any interest.
Wow.
Never any interest. And so he just stopped. We started over time. I just stopped seeing him, and we had a falling out. But still, like, it's just like I was willing to put in the work and time and trying to help you and whatever. But I think there was like a part where there was like kind of like an envious thing. It's like, I'm like, I'm obsessively trying to create content. And I also want to drop this tidbit of information is that I create content 3 days a week. Okay. Tuesdays, I either create a YouTube video, and then I send it over to my editor on Fiverr for $50. Not bad. Okay. Really not bad at all.
No.
And he always does a good job. So for a 10-minute video, $50, not bad. And he makes my thumbnail too. You can't really beat that. But anyways, so Tuesdays I do that, or I create a blog post. Okay, because I'm now trying to get into blogging. More affiliate products to promote.
Yeah.
And then Mondays and Wednesdays, my schedule pretty much remains the same. What I'll do is I'll batch my content, and I'm not sure if I'm sure you're familiar with batching.
Yeah.
So basically, I'll explain it for any newbies that are watching.
Yes.
Basically, I do a bunch of content research, and then I basically make 8 or 10 TikToks in one day. And then I'll save them all to my drafts on all my other accounts. And then I will post those daily on other accounts. And then I will do the same thing on Wednesday. So then I'm making 20 TikToks a week.
Jeez.
Okay. And then I'm done. And then I go live later, and then I'm like, I'll do whatever else I have to do, like bookkeeping. I hate bookkeeping. But whatever else business wise I have to do, and then I'm done there. That's it. That's my day. 1 to 3 hours a day, 3 days a week.
Crazy. That's super cool. And that's super cool for a myriad of reasons, but the batching thing, I see so many people when they post videos, there's like, oh, this person wears the same shirt every day of their life. And it's like, no, they made 20 TikToks on Thursday.
Exactly. It's funny. Someone has commented, they've been like, Tyler, you look like you need to do laundry or something. And I'm like, I made that video months ago, man. You don't even know. And so, fun fact, so in January, I had a hair transplant. Okay. Because and so great. It's been great results so far, but I'm trying to grow my hair out now. I'm trying to be like Thor now or something. I don't even know what I'm trying to do yet. But anyways, I was like, how am I going to make content? How am I going to make content during all that time? So right before I would just put my phone up, and then I would just walk in a room, and I'd be like, and I would just do that. I just do that like 10 times, different shirts, stuff like that. And then when I was recovering, I would just, do screen recordings or whatever. And again, just put them all together in my phone, and then just, alternate. So it doesn't look like I'm wearing the same shirt every single time. And that's it. So I was just thinking ahead. You gotta think ahead.
Yeah, I mean, people think through all of these different like excuses and, oh, I can't do that because of this. That's hilarious, because I never would have I mean, like, I don't study your content, but I've looked at your content, I've looked at your channels and stuff, and I've always just thought like, wow, well, what a stupid, simple way to intro videos. It's just like, you just walk in and there's a little headline on your screen, and you're just like,
yeah, and then that's it.
Dude, at our last mastermind, Andrea did. She's from Peru. She did a talk that was headlined, and I thought this headline was so gangster. She was like, the headline of the talk on her PowerPoint was um, mastering TikTok in 2022, aka how I made 6 figures on TikTok without talking. And it was just like I was just like, damn, that might be the best headline I've ever read.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
It was good. It was good. And the talk was really, really great. But that goes to your point of just like, you've got a little headline thing sticking above your head, and it's just like,
all right,
there you go.
The video will talk for me or whatever,
We were just also talking about how headlines like that and stuff are really useful for going live as well. Like, have you ever seen the people, and we can start to wrap up here, but have you ever seen the people who go live with a green screen of their notes app, and they have like, they're live, and the green screen has a headline, and it's like, I'm a leftist who hates Trump, debate me, or something like that.
Oh yeah, all the time. I see it all the time, and it's like, oh no. But
yeah,
it works.
or they'll put like so we were doing an example yesterday on our blueprints call. We do a webinar every Thursday, and let me find my note. Well, my phone's acting up, but on my notes app, I basically pulled open my notes app and I wrote a little headline. Here it is. It was like, okay, so it said like, get my $37 ebook for free and finally learn how to get your dog to obey your every command.
Nice.
And I took a screenshot and then put it up as a green screen behind my head. And I was like, look, if you've built an audience of people, you don't necessarily have to say into the camera everything. You can, as people are scrolling, okay, they're scrolling, and they grab one little headline, free, and they grab ebook and train my dog. Free ebook, train my dog. Okay, it's usually $37. It's free. I got that in about 3 seconds just at looking as I was scrolling. Okay, what am I here for? And you start and I just think people with their level of creativity, you guys have to, everybody who's watching this, you need to go study people like Tyler and Andrea and Josh and just people that you've seen in our community and how they do this, because there's people out there, content creators, who are so skilled. They're, if ever, talking, but sometimes not talking, and just pointing and giving really good copywriting, and your copy at the beginning of your videos is so good. Some people are like, well, I do something similar, and then I'll pull open like somebody like yours, or I'll pull open this guy's hilarious. I don't know if you've seen this guy, but it's his TikTok is Dave's Weight Loss. And
I don't think I've seen it.
He's reading scripts that I'm pretty sure he found these scripts on YouTube. And he's literally just reading them verbatim. And but his headlines are so damn good. He starts out with like 5 foods that you should never eat again, or 5 alarming signs that your blood sugar is too high. And he just reads the script right into the camera, and his headlines are amazing. 3 unusual secrets to lose weight fast. You haven't heard these before. And so he goes, and then if you look at his links, he's just promoting some sort of ClickBank affiliate products. Like, he's an affiliate marketer. But he's got 537,000 followers. Yeah. He's got 537,000 followers. Yeah, he makes decent money, I'm sure.
You know what? I do want to mention though, I mean, like you said, like we're talking about headlines. That's like your intro and the first like 3 or 4 seconds of your video are going to determine if they're even going to watch the rest. So if your headline is not, and the thing is like, I really wasn't good at it in the beginning. I would just study other people and like, okay, well, that's probably good. But the more that I did it, the more it's like a muscle, just like that. I mean, just doing affiliate marketing, whether you're doing content creation. I mean, I couldn't talk in front of the camera. I didn't want to talk at all. I was scared of my voice. I mean, 3 years ago, I was trying to do a YouTube channel, and I'm like, I don't like the sound of my voice. Can I do this? Should I keep doing this? And I just I got over it. The more that I did it, I was like, okay, well, what if I talk like this instead? Or what if I do this instead? And it's just like, you start to, there's a point, I don't even know, like a precipice or whatever, where you're just like, okay, well, I can either give up or I can improve. And well, I guess I improved. So I guess that's why I'm here now.
That's why you're here. Yeah, it's man, that's super powerful. I'll give you the last word. We'll wrap up for the day. I'll let you get back to it. You know, for people just starting the challenge today, people who they just created their first TikTok and you're 2 years later down the road, what would you say to those people?
Just keep doing it. Consistently do it. You know, you don't have to post every day. Don't post every day. I mean, because that's exhausting. Try batching. I highly recommend batching. You'll feel much more energized. You won't burn out. That's a thing too. And I've seen people like Gary Vee say, post 3 to 4 times a day on TikTok. Don't do that. You're just going to burn yourself out. Okay. Just show up consistently. Show up consistently. That's what I do. It's worked. And I'll hopefully make a lot more money this year by being consistent. So that's the plan.
That's cool. If you've been anything, it's been you've been consistent for sure. And that's what I tell a lot of times. I'll tell people is like, hey, we might not be the most gifted, the most talented, meaning meaning legendary, but we are consistent. We've been showing up every single day for 5-6 years now, and that's what we do. So anyway, Tyler, thanks, man. I'll put your Instagram for people to follow you, and thanks for coming on again. Would love to have you back a few months down the road.
Sounds good, Matt. Thanks for having me on, and I look forward to next time.
Cool. See you, Tyler. All right, guys. Here's Tyler's Instagram. You can follow him. Just shoot him a message. Be like, yo, saw you on Wake Up Legendary. It's Tyler Z Wise. If you're just listening on a podcast, it's Tyler Z as in the letter Z Wise, WIZE. And you can follow him on Instagram and let him know. Found him there. Give him some love and let him know what was powerful about today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will be back on Monday, same time, same place, same everything. Just consistently showing up, just like Tyler said. We're taking his advice. We'll see you guys on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Peace out. Have a good weekend. It's, if it's summer and you got nice weather and it's warm out, find a pool, relax, make some content.